So we had like 3 reports come out earlier today from quite credible sources saying that Sancho to Juventus was agreed. One said it was an obligation, one said it was an option to buy. They both said they were loan deals, and quite a few people have been saying Sancho to Juventus agreed, but apparently it's not agreed. Apparently he now wants Chelsea. Apparently we're now discussing with Chelsea, but then now Juventus have made another offer. What is the offer Juventus have made? Well, I'm just going to clear up the whole Sancho situation so you know exactly what's going to happen and exactly what's expected to happen in the next few days and what could go on with Sterling. Sterling could come to United, but what are the conditions of the deal for United to sign Sterling? Are United looking at other attackers if Sancho leaves and other midfielders with McTominay set to go? McTominay's €30.5 million deal has been completed. All the forms have been signed, just pending his medical. Ugarte's medical is done, but it can't be announced tomorrow till some final details are done. Lindelof and Eriksen could go. And Ted Mengi could leave Luton, but I believe United have a 50% sell-on clause. So if Luton get 20 million for him, United could get an extra 10 million quid. Hello and welcome back to Alice Talks Football, and welcome back to your 10-minute late-night transfer roundup, where I'm trying to get through all the latest Manchester United news that's coming today, particularly this evening, and then give you some context on earlier stories into a 10-minute video for you guys, so you're up to date on all the latest news. Let's start with the Jadon Sancho news. So this first story is coming in from Fabrizio Romano. Juventus have proposed a loan plus buy clause for Jadon Sancho. United are asking for an obligation, Juventus are offering an option to buy. Negotiations are currently ongoing. Thiago Motta is pushing a lot to have Jadon Sancho. Juventus are working hard to get a deal done after selling Chiesa. Active talks are ongoing. Now, the thing is, Chiesa's gone to Liverpool. Here we go. He's having his medical. So Juventus have now got the funds. They do want Jadon Sancho. Motta is pushing for the deal. I think Juventus are testing the waters because it's United. They know that we kind of really want to offload Sancho, and I'm thinking, oh, maybe we can get him on, good terms or a buy option if it doesn't work out for Sancho, because United are quite desperate to sell, which I think is why United are making it known about Chelsea's interest and other clubs' interest. Now, what Fabrizio Romano is saying is that Juventus have proposed a loan and a buy clause, but that was not agreed. We've got loads of reports coming earlier today that was agreed. That has not been agreed. They have proposed a loan and a buy clause, but United made it clear we want an obligation. Ineos is saying we're not being pushed around. Obligation on no deal. Negotiations are currently ongoing. Motta is pushing a lot to have Jadon Sancho, and Motta really wants the player, and talks are ongoing. It is said that Thursday there's expected to be some big developments for Sancho, and then Friday, whoever's Chelsea or Juventus medical, depending on what happens there, but him staying at United can't completely be ruled out, because United will only sell him if the deal was right for them. They're not going to let him go on the cheap and show desperation to sell him. It was also said by Sam C that no agreement has been reached with Manchester United and Juventus yet for Jadon Sancho, despite multiple reports, but Juventus are front runners. So it still remains, despite the Sterling links and everything, that Juventus are the front runners. They are the ones making offers, but no agreement has been reached. They're offering option to buy. United make it clear they want an obligation. Now, Juventus has just made a new offer tonight. This coming just now. That Juventus have made a first offer for a loan payment of €78 million, including bonuses and partial cover of Sancho's salary. Now, the report is saying that they want to cover 40% of Sancho's salary, which is an absolute joke, and I don't think United will accept that. And I think they're just trying it on. And the first offer is always going to be a little bit, one that you try on, and then potentially, you look at thinking, oh, can I get a better deal? Can I get a better deal? But I think they're trying it on the cheap, but I think they'll definitely up that and up the offer as well. So let's continue on to what else has been said in regards to the Sancho Sterling situation. So it's been said that Sancho is holding out for an offer from Chelsea. He prefers to sign for them over Juventus. The situation is open and Juve have not given up. This has come from Jacob Steinberg, who basically is a really biased reporter when it comes to Chelsea. He's the one that said that Declan Rice had a bad game for England against Iceland just before the Euros. So he said that Mainoo had a bad game. He said Declan Rice had a bad game for England against Iceland just before the Euros because Kobbie Mainoo doesn't help him out. And he gave Kobbie Mainoo really low player ratings in the game versus Iceland, said that England must start Conor Gallagher instead of Kobbie Mainoo next to Declan Rice, all of this. He doesn't like United. He was saying that Conor Gallagher is better than Kobbie Mainoo, and he's saying that, Sancho's holding out for Chelsea. I think Sancho would be better at Juventus than Chelsea. I don't think Sancho suits the Premier League. Maybe he wants to stay in England. Maybe he does want Chelsea, but he is a bit of a Chelsea mouthpiece, so who knows. It was also said that Chelsea remain in talks for Jadon Sancho, but still want to swap with Raheem Sterling. Now, what we know is that Ineos are keen on potentially a swap for Raheem Sterling. If it's on their conditions, they get cash up front. Sterling takes a wage cut and understands he's not going to be a regular starter. United could be keen on that deal, but that depends. United will only do a swap deal if it's on their terms. They're not going to take Chilwell. Raheem Sterling will have to lower his wages, all of that. Raheem Sterling's got to sort some stuff out with Chelsea, so potentially we take him on loan and Chelsea pay half the wages, maybe. But Chelsea will only do business for Sancho if it suits them. I don't think Chelsea really needs Sancho, and I think it makes no sense for Sancho to go to Chelsea. It was said that Manchester United are willing to hand Raheem Sterling 150k a week contract if he's prepared to make the switch and settle to becoming a squad player. We're offering Sterling an opportunity, but we're not going to give him the wages he wants. He's got to become a squad player, which is fair enough. I'm not the biggest fan of the Sterling deal, but if he takes a massive wage cut and we get money on top of getting Sancho off for Sterling, it's not the end of the world. But personally, I would rather just sell Sancho to Juventus and invest the money in a new winger, maybe in January, maybe in the summer if we can't find the right person to bring in now. Let's talk about Scott McTominay, because this Sancho Sterling drama, saga, just drags and drags and drags and drags. And we'll know in the next 2 days, because the transfer window will be closed in like 46 hours. Anyway, it was said Scott McTominay's final transfer fee to Napoli is €30.5 million, all guaranteed, no add-ons. United retain a 10% sale clause, so we're getting 26 million, just over 26 million upfront in pure FFP profit with a 10% sale on clause. I mean, that's a very good deal at the end of the day. I think we could have easily got 30 million upfront from McTominay, pure profit. But he had 1 year left on his deal. The window was closing. I think it made a lot of sense for United to sell him. I think if he had 3 years left on his deal, you could get nearer the 40 million mark for him. But at the end of the day, pure profit, it's going to go far. Over 50 million from McTominay and Greenwood in terms of pure profit. Exactly what we like to see. And we have sell-on clauses in both. I think the sell-on clause in Greenwood is a bit higher, though. It's like 50% or something. It was said that no issues from McTominay to Napoli, as docs have been reviewed today, all set to be completed on Thursday. So McTominay to Napoli's move is essentially completed, just a little bit of hold up over docs, but he flies out, medical tomorrow. I think Ugarte and McTominay's departure and incoming could be announced by United tomorrow, but there's no issues there. It is completed. It is €30.5 million, and that's some good business. So what's the latest on Ugarte? Manuel Ugarte had his United medical today. However, the transfer will not be confirmed until tomorrow at the earliest, and there's no later drama expected on deadline day. Maybe they're waiting for McTominay's medical to happen before they can confirm it. I don't know, but I mean, it's basically done. He's basically signed the contracts. Everything is done. We're just waiting to announce it and confirm that signing. So maybe we're just making sure that McTominay's move goes through before, because of maybe financial reasons. I'm not sure. Maybe there's a few things that we're waiting on, but I think Ugarte will be announced tomorrow. If not, it'll be announced Friday. Going into the final stories, it was said by Michael Plant as well that Chilwell and Toney are not seen as viable options in the last 2 days of the market, and that is fair. Toney is a complicated matter. Chilwell's always going to be injured. But what could happen in the final days of the window is an Eriksen and Lindelof exit, and maybe a surprise signing, but we'll talk about that later. Lindelof is attracting interest from Spain, Turkish and Italian clubs, and Eriksen is on Ajax radar. We had this earlier today. Eriksen could take a wage cut to leave. Ajax will come back in for Eriksen. I think that's probably the one to watch. I personally think Lindelof will stay. 1 year left on his contract. Run him down, signing on a bonus, because he's on to take a wage cut. Bish bash boss, take the money in. But I think Eriksen could definitely go. There's interest in Lindelof. He doesn't seem bothered about moving. He's using his injuries, I think Eriksen could go. It could be one to watch. And if you lose Eriksen, Mejbri and McTominay and you're not keeping Amrabat, you lost quite a lot of midfielders, and Ugarte is the only midfielder coming in, which does put a slim. Now, maybe United are saying, you know what, we're not going to sign another midfielder because Toby Collier is going to have a role. He's had a really good pre-season. Why don't we give Toby Collier a go? Which, to be fair, I'm not totally against that. I do think we need a second midfielder for security, but I also really like Toby Collier, and I'm not totally against that. News has just broken the second that McTominay to Napoli is 100% confirmed, and he will be in Italy tomorrow. I forgot to add this to the McTominay slides, but I've just refreshed my Twitter. We're now being told by Romano that McTominay to Napoli is 100% confirmed to be in Italy tomorrow. It was 99% confirmed today. We did get the here we go yesterday, so it's been 99% done, but the final documents have been done, so that deal is 100%. Anyway, let's get into the final story. Negotiations underway between Torino and Luton Town for former Man United star Teden Mengi. United have a good high sell-on clause, so potentially we could get some even more money through just deals like Teden Mengi. And I think Sedan Iqbal, Teden Mengi, Willy Kambwala, if they end up being good, Alvaro Fernandez, who's at Benfica, if they end up being good, United have like 25, 30, 40% sell-on clause in a lot of those players as well. So we could get some more money. But listen, people, this is your 10-minute roundup. Ugarte is done. Medical is done. Sterling could come, but only on United's terms. Juventus is still leading the race. Juventus is still the front runners. Juventus are making sort of rubbish bids, but maybe with Chelsea there, it could scare Juventus into a bigger bid. McTominay done, all complete. Mejbri done, all complete. Eriksen and Lindelof could be one to watch. Please hit the like button. Of course, subscribe down below if you're new. We're on the road to 100k. Thank you for watching. Bye.